Hello people and welcome to this new class in where we are gonna see how to export a JPG. This is something that actually we have already seen when we learned about the scenes in Sketchup. We already know that in order to export a JPG, we have to go over File, Export to the graphic. But in this class, we will go deeper. So we will work with this model. It is an interior design project about a living room. If I open the tags tray, we'll see that we have 3 tags. The ceiling right now is hidden. I can unhide it easily. And we have another tag for the furniture. But let's go to the point. If we want to export a JPG, the first thing that we have to do is to create a scene. So let's create our first scene. We'll use these options, the camera options. So I hit the position camera and I will choose an attractive point of view. For example, this one from the sofa. Once here, I could make some adjustments. I will change the eye height, let's say 1 meter, even a little bit less, 0.5 or 0.75. This could be nice, like if we are lying on the sofa. Then I use the eye in order to be more precise. I will unhide the ceiling. And once we are happy with our point of view, I will add a scene. Save as a new style is okay, create a scene. The second step will be to be more and more accurate and precise with this scene. So what else can we do here? My first recommendation is to go over styles. Once here, edit edges, and check that your profiles are turned off. Look the difference if I turn on the profiles. Many lines will be thicker without any sense. So profiles off and we continue. Next thing, which is mandatory, is to go over camera and look that here we have 3 options for the camera: parallel projection, perspective, and 2-point perspective. On these states, when we already have our architecture modeled and we want to export a JPG, we should select 2-point perspective. One click on here. Maybe you can't appreciate it, but we have erased that third vanishing point, which makes our vertical straight lines to be inclined a little bit in a normal conic perspective. So when we are using this 2-point perspective, our vertical lines are completely straight. And this will give our image more quality. So if we wanted to add this new change to our scene, we should go over the thumbnail, right button, update scene. The next thing that we have to take in mind is the field of view. If I go again over camera, we'll find here this option called field of view. I will click on it and then on the measurement bar, we can read 60 degrees. This is the normal human field of view. Actually, it means 60 degrees per each side. We can play with this value and make it a little bit wider or more narrow depending on our project. In this case, 60 degrees is okay. So just make sure that that value is on your SketchUp. Once I am sure about my field of view, I will adjust a little bit the normal point of view because I think that maybe here is more attractive. Pay attention because now I have lost my 2-point perspective. So I should go over camera 2-point perspective again and then update the scene again. The last thing I can play with is the shadows. In this case, as far as I am in an interior space, I will not turn on them. But if you are working in an exterior space, I highly recommend you to activate the shadows. So let's say that we are ready to export our JPG, file, export to the graphic. Once here, we should select the root and the name of our file. Let's call it interior design living room. If I expand this window, we'll find different formats for our file: PDF, EPS, JPG, PNG. So let's choose JPG. Then look, because here we have these options, I will click on it and then this window pops up and here we find very interesting options actually. The first option is about the image size. We can use the view size which has these measurements, this width and this height. The image will be quite panoramic. And then we have this option called line scale multiplier. By default, this multiplier is 3. We can change it if we click this option, use view size. But if I unclick this option, then I can change the line scale multiplier, which is quite interesting because thanks to this tool, we will be able to play with the thickness of our edges. So I will make some proofs in order to show you the difference. The first one will be with this value, 3. If I keep going, I find this another label called rendering. We always have to click anti-alias. We are talking here about to improve the smoothness of our edges. And then we have this another option, JPG compression. We should go over the maximum quality. When we are happy, let's click OK. So here, in order to be more organized, I will add the value 3 for the line scale multiplier. And I will create a new folder in where I will save the different images. Let's call it living room, JPG. Export. If we go over this folder now and I open this JPG, here we have our result. As you can see, the thickness of our edges are quite, let's say, visible. Let's do another proof now, changing that value, and instead of 3, we will type in 1. So again in SketchUp, one click on my scene, File, Export, to the graphic. I select the same folder, same name, but this time instead of 3, 1. Options. Here I type in 1, the rest of the things are the same. OK, export. And I will do another proof with 0.5. Time to check the results. This is our first image. The line scale multiplier is 3 and we can check the edges. Now the multiplier is 1 and we can perceive a huge difference. And now the multiplier is 0.5. So this is up to you. I like the lines to be very thin, so maybe the best option is this one, 0.5, or this one. We can say that the image is already done. On the other hand, once you are here, the logical step is to go to a rendering software and try to get an hyperrealistic image. Here I show you an example of this living room. This render was done in Lumion, which is my favorite rendering software. Actually, you have a Lumion course available in my profile. So time to say goodbye now. I hope that you liked the class and I'll see you in the next episode.